In a truly inclusive culture, there could be so many grandmas.
Because I take shits on the floor. And one time I peed upwards into a hand dryer. Yeah, I got a big old hog for you here. Drama mumbled under his
I
breath.
thought this wasn't going to be sexual. I'm so happy. I got ice inside my ass, and it's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the times I do. Some of the times I don't. Sometimes I say bitch. Sometimes I say sitch. It all depends on the mood I'm in.
All right, folks. Episode 85. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time.
If you are a first-time listener, I am Slim.
I'm Drama.
And we are the Dapper Dads.
Welcome. Welcome to a life-changing event. You'll never be the same. Everyone around you will stop. We are
Loving
tired.
you?
We are tired.
We are
I'm gonna
very
get that.
tired.
Get
Yeah,
that
we just want to
right
get this out of the way.
Gate.
We did some things last night. We will get into a light recap on the
Gay
show.
orgy.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, technically, honestly,
I believe it's pronounced homosexual orgy is what it technically is. You know, this is 2019. We need to be a little more PC around here.
Well, I've ruined everything. Go to www.thedapperdads.com and anonymously submit about a homosexual orgy.
And let us know how PC we are.
Yeah, we're very PC, I think. Maybe not. dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com for emails of all kinds. 4027-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Call that, text that, do some shit.
We like pictures. We like texting our fans.
Yeah, well, yeah, some of them.
I like texting our fans.
Yeah, you
Most
like not getting the notification.
Yeah, I do like not getting the notifications and then getting a text from you saying, will you check that fucking dad line? And then I check and there's like 3, 4. One time there was 17 texts just for me and I was like, holy Jesus.
Yeah, the people are coming for your neck. You're ruining everything.
I wish they would.
At Dapper Dads on Twitter. At Dapper Dads Podcast on Instagram, www.patreon.com/dapperdads for the Patreon. It's $5. Leave a 5-star review, get an episode. We've described it better in other episodes.
Yes.
I want to just get that all out of the way.
I was going to say that was the most like cold plain bowl of oatmeal way of delivering all of our shit I think we've ever done.
It's hard to deliver it even on a day when I got
even on
more
a good
than a couple
day.
hours
It's
of
like,
sleep.
yeah, there's just so
And
much
haven't
to go
been beat
through.
up.
We're on so many things. We want to interact with so many people. Check
We're
us
on
out.
everything. Yeah, literally.
Tell your friends about us. If you gave up, I don't know what you gave up for Lent, but you should probably pick up telling your friends about the Dapper Dads.
Yeah, do that.
When you're going to your Friday night
give
fish
up
fries.
Not telling everyone about us.
Yeah,
right?
give up
a good old double negative.
Give
to
up
confuse
being a
people.
latchkey fan. Be a diehard fan for Lent.
Get your fucking shit together already.
Amen,
God
brother.
Damn it. Yeah.
Oh no, this is when we find out we have absolutely nothing to talk about.
I have things to talk about. Okay, so first off, the Ray Romano voice is hurting my neck.
Yeah, I think it's starting to give you muscles in your neck that you haven't used before.
Because it's not
you're
like
a big neck boy.
It's not like an internal thing. It feels like a muscle ache.
Yeah, no, because I think like you're also doing something with your head when you do it. I don't know if you realize this.
It's also
but like
slipping into normal conversation.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
When I try to accentuate something, it just comes out a little.
Yeah, I've also realized when I'm trying to do a fun voice with like an animal or a child, I'm starting to slip into that too, and I'm just like,
it's taking our lives over.
It's so bad.
It'll never be the same.
Nothing's ever the same when you wake up another day.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But I'm worried. What if it happens and that's the only voice I have?
Like the only one? Because you're not I'm the voice guy. You're not a voice guy.
I mean, like that's my voice now.
Like that's your permanent voice.
Yeah, instead of this voice.
So like
it's this voice.
So like just hit me with like a conversation with the voice.
Well, like one day I woke up and it was just like this.
Oh, we couldn't.
And
do
I
this
could
anymore.
never be the same.
For some reason, it makes this show just sound like there's something between our two voices that works out really well on this. You know, I've got kind of. I mean, you have like a certain
nasally dork voice.
I was gonna say like just vibrato and tenure to your voice, but If you want to say dorky or whatever it was, I can't
Like
even.
the voice in my head is fire.
The voice in my
real
head is
voice?
fire, but I feel like I sound when I listen back to this every week, I feel like I sound like a big bumbling dork. But in my head, it sounds like smooth.
Over it
caramel.
now because I never liked hearing my voice recorded, which is funny that I was like, let's do this forever, I guess, until we fucking die. And now now I'm over it. When I listen to it and I'm like, I'd fuck him if I got the opportunity. But I'm pretty stingy with myself. You know what I mean?
As you should be.
You gotta make it a special occasion.
You got to keep what's good close to home.
Yeah, you gotta light some candles.
Lavender, preferably. You want to get the aromatherapy.
You gotta open up all your blinds.
All of them.
Butt naked.
Absolutely. Like, people got to be able to see into your house from the street.
You
all
gotta-
the lights on in the house.
You gotta baby oil up your ass. It's unrelated.
Specifically
but
the ass.
You're gonna catch
but
a
only
glimpse
the
and
ass.
you want it to shimmer.
Yeah,
You gotta rub your dick really dry.
It's kind of like how
Callous.
you know how like in commercials the most of the food is fake or like it's real food, but it's like manipulated in some way.
Yeah.
Like in
those fucking pictures of like where they show how they get those when it's all like fake shit. Like the milk is glue.
Yeah,
and,
I was gonna say that one. The milk is glue on tomatoes on burgers. They use red lipstick to make it look redder, and then they like put all the like if you look at the way they photograph a burger for a fast food advertisement, the one end has like nothing in it. And the other end has like all the ingredients blowing out of it because they want it to look like this big full sandwich on the menu when it's evenly distributed. You're like, oh, this is a little piece of shit that's mostly bread.
When I grow up, I want to be a burger photographer, I think. I just want to be able to go up to people and they're like, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, I'm a burger photographer.
I'd like to make this a career, obviously.
No, I'm sorry, I don't know how to tell you. I gotta quit to chase my dreams of being a burger photographer.
Okay, I'm fine with that. So find a career somewhere else. Vegan diner as a side hustle. Commercial food photography is a passion.
That is the best. I would just like to be, because there's got to be a team, like a research and development team of how to make the fake food look like
they're
that.
like testing all this stuff to see how it looks on
that would honestly be like
everything.
a fucking fun ass job. Probably.
Yeah, because you basically just get to be a kid and come up with like the best fake something.
Yeah, and you get to lie to people, which is a passion, a personal passion.
Lying is the only thing I'm good at. If we're gonna be 100% honest.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes, because technically a lot of this that I think people like is just lies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
all the parts that people think are
like
true.
A lot of this is true, but a lot of like the things we just come up with are just being able to lie real quickly.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of makes me concerned about our friendship because what are we lying to each other about?
A lot.
Oh yeah, God, I don't think I've ever told you the
I
truth.
wouldn't say I'm lying as much as withholding. A tremendous amount of things that are eventually a levee's gonna break. We'll say, and it won't be the same.
This is one of those anxiety things, isn't it?
For you or me?
Me, where you know it fucks with me.
Oh, no, it's just very true. I'm finally telling you the truth. Is this the episode where we tell each other everything?
Is this the episode where we tell you? You want to make it this one?
No, let's make it the second one we're doing today. Peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Boys and girls and people who are non-binary. PC as fuck. You
PC
see that?
as
PC
shit.
as fuck. We love everybody.
We are all about that LGBTQ plus A, B, C, F, L, plus sign, G.
Upside down W.
Upside down W. Batman symbol.
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
Love Batman.
Superman logo. All the Justice League symbols. The 64 genders. The 4 Beatles.
The Phillips 66 gas station road sign.
The Pit Boys.
Yeah, but only 2 of them.
The old Burger King logo when it was like the cartoony looking king from
fighting
the 60s.
The new creepy
fighting the new creepy one, and he is winning violently.
Because that thing is a monster that should be killed.
Whatever gender that is, that's what I identify as.
Yeah, you identify as the old school Burger King murdering the new creepy Burger King.
Yeah.
Okay. I respect your decision, and I'm here for it.
See, look at how PC we are. We're doing gender reveals on the show now.
Yeah, and that's a big one. I know you've been struggling with that for a while.
And it feels good to publicly come out with it. It's been really hard to verbalize until I was
very hard to verbalize.
But I just
more
feel
of a visual.
It's a visual with a very good mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's hard for you to try to pick someone up in a bar because you're really looking for a Burger King on Burger King action.
And it's really hard because I'm just going to say it, people won't fuck you if you have a bunch of Burger King paraphernalia in your bedroom, it turns out.
What do you think is like the weirdest thing if you were going to make love to whatever you make love to as a Burger King?
We're going to be very PC this episode. Can we just hone in on how, like, let's just make it so PC. I want us to try to do an episode where we don't swear.
I've wanted that too, but god damn, that'd be a fucking shit show.
Am I right?
One time I was in
Maybe we could do one where we just do kid-friendly swears.
I do like that.
Like, gosh darn it. Is pussy feathers appropriate?
Yeah. A lot of kids say
pussy willows.
I mean, that's not a bad word.
Yeah, pussy willows not.
But you're using it.
Pussy willows.
One time I was in a different city
State?
with a friend. Well, yeah, it was a different state too, if we're gonna be completely honest. And he was like, "I'll buy you a beer if you don't swear for like an hour." And I did pretty good. And then someone bumped into me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I lost it, and I had to buy him a drink or like 3 drinks or something.
This would be a fun game to play out in public, I think.
Yeah, I swear a lot. It means I'm smart.
I also swear a lot.
But if you're gonna hook up with any person of your choosing, because it's your right and privilege.
Yeah.
And you go into the room, you're about to get hot and heavy. You're getting hot and heavy on the couch. That's how our scenarios always
some
start.
heavy petting.
Yes, very heavy.
A lot of kissing.
Mm-hmm. On the neck.
Oh.
You
nothing but neck kisses.
You're like, let's take this to the bedroom. You've produced your penis on the couch, and you're gonna move it to the bedroom. You go into their room. What is the weirdest collection that would like really just fuck you up? Like you'd be like, oh, I didn't know. I think mine is Invader Zim. If I went into a girl's room and she had a outrageous Invader Zim collection, I would be like,
I'm going to piggyback off of yours,
okay,
and make an umbrella statement of anything that was ever a brand at Hot Topic.
Okay.
So we're talking like Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've been in some girls' rooms that have too much Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's what I'm saying, like, or like too much like Suicide Squad shit, like Joker and Harley stuff. Too much Rick and Morty stuff. If you went to because you go to a dude's place, you're like, oh, he's a virgin, it's fine.
Yeah.
But like you go to,
I still wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't hang out with him at all. Are you kidding me?
Cardboard Pickle Rick cutout.
Oh god, I watched the Pickle Rick episode again the other day, and I was like, I hate that this is genuinely funny and good to watch because people have ruined this for me. Mm-hmm. Thank you, everyone who ruined Rick and Morty.
I get have nice things.
If you're listening to me right now, I don't care what time it is or what year it is, and you're one of the people that ruined Rick and Morty, and I know you're sitting there thinking you're not because you're the one who's like, no, it's not me. I'm the only one who really gets the show. You know, my obsession with it is perfectly normal because I'm an intelligent person like Rick Sanchez. You know, I really identify with him as a character. He's just an asshole.
That's
he just
my
says
gender.
things like how so your gender is the nerd who is
No,
obsessed.
I'm not the nerd. I'm Rick Sanchez.
Oh, I thought your gender was going to be the guy
refuse.
who's obsessed with Rick and Morty but thinks he's not the guy that's ruining it for everybody.
They don't have to identify as a gender because no one's going to touch them.
No, not at all.
It doesn't matter. Was that BC?
No.
Okay, we're
not
out
at
the
all.
window.
You just basically said
Fuck.
dudes that love Rick and Morty are never going to get fugged.
No, there's a, well, I'm going to double down on that.
Yeah, I'm going to double back on that one and die on the hill. So, I'll stand with it the more I think about it. I thought about it for 5 microseconds, and I was like, you know what? This is a statement I can stand behind. Let's fucking go, boys. If you're obsessed with Rick and Morty, you're never getting laid.
Because, that's the thing. It's like we all love shit, and we all have interests that border on obsessive from time to time. And it's all about knowing, like, your role. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you'll talk to someone about something. Like if I'm talking about like rap or something weird or like horror movies and it's not like you and it's select other people, like I know while I'm saying it, I can see that I'm losing it and I'll just cut it off because I don't want to be the weirdo. Like I could talk to you about serial killers forever, but you bring it up and some people are like, and I'm like, okay, dial it back.
You got to play to your
throw
audience,
it away.
You know,
talk about sports now.
So the ball catching fella got traded to the other ball catching team. I heard his costume's going to be different next year.
It's always accurate, I think.
I heard the great houses of whatever they're in are going to be fighting with a ball, and people watch it. They love it.
Big fan. I've got the flag that just says baseball.
No, it just says sport.
Yeah. I want to get those and go to a game.
I want you to have one of those
the big game.
with one of those like corny old like barbershop quartet hats, but you're just like I'm just picturing like a modern baseball game, but you show up like it's a Yankees game in the 20s with a little sport flag and like a striped checker coat and the little hat, and you're like, is this what
my
we
shirt
do?
are tucked into my big weird pants
With like suspenders, but not like my suspenders, like the old school like clip ones where it's like the 2 clips and it's just like red leather that's really.
I have those like sock suspender things.
What is it? Garter. No,
that's for women. That's for you to bite off of your wife.
Which is weird. Can we talk about that? Because I think it's weird at weddings to do that.
Yeah, because it's like you're eating her out, right?
I mean,
that's what
it's implied. Well, first of all, you're there in front of like
you're like a little bit. If you're gonna be down there, you're gonna give it a little.
And they want you to like put on a show because people are like
in front of your family,
in front of all
your
the grandmas.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like
There's
all the grandparents.
4 grandmas here.
In an ideal situation.
In a PC culture.
In a PC culture, in a truly inclusive culture, there could be so many grandmas.
I'm so PC. My wedding is just grandmas.
I'm so PC.
I'm pulling grandmas out of retirement homes.
I'm so PC.
Like, bitch, come to my wedding.
I'm so PC. Nobody has a gender at my wedding. Everybody's just whatever the fuck they want to be that day.
But yeah, it's like get down on your knees, get under your.
But that's what I'm saying.
Dress.
Like
bite it off and throw it.
Bite it off, because like the flower toss, that's cute, that's acceptable, that's fine. Imagine
if there was a cock ring.
Yeah, imagine if they're like bite off, even if it was like bite off his sock garter, like it's still like it'd be if there was a woman biting something off of a man, people would be like, this is weird and creepy and I don't like it. But when it's just I've been to too many weddings where like it's just people get too into it.
Yeah,
you know,
and the garter's real wet.
And and the garter just
hits the floor with a flood. Yeah,
hits the floor with a wet like.
Yeah. And so if you catch the garter, is it the same as catching the bouquet?
Yeah, it's like when whatever dude catches it, he's getting hitched next. But it's still, I don't.
Right.
First of all, I mean, I don't want to be catching something that's been on your wife's body. First of all, I feel like that's disrespectful so soon into the marriage.
Yeah, give me like 13 days.
Yeah, give
it
it like a fortnight till the sex is boring, and then call me.
Yeah,
take my business card.
It just says I'll bite clothes off of you.
Think I know why he no like me.
Weddings are crazy in general. I love when you go to like a wedding. Like I went to a friend's wedding and you get put at that table of like, here's the people that aren't family and aren't like friends with other friends. So here you are with 6 other strangers. You kind of know one guy and it's going to be weird. Talk about forced conversation while you eat a lot of shitty food.
Yeah, one of the most recent weddings I went to, I was stuck with a bunch of people that I worked with at the time. And the one person I was with was fine. But the other like 12 people at the table were just a nightmare to deal with. And then the last wedding I went to, I knew absolutely nobody there except for the bride and groom, and I was by myself. And so I sent you guys videos of this.
You got very drunk.
They kept giving me free Coors Lights.
Yeah.
And then they kept giving me wine too, because I kept going up for Coors, and she was like, "You want to try something different?" And I was like, "What she got?"
Yeah. Why don't you tell me what you got?
Why don't you tell me what you got while you're hiding behind the bar back there?
I always have issues with weddings because they're like, here's like the thing, the ceremony, and then they're like, quick break for booze, and you just go and you cram it in, and then they're like, now go sit down for dinner. And they're going to walk through, and it's going to take forever. So I got like a little drunk, ready to keep it going. And you sit there and eat, and there's toast, and we're clinking nonstop.
And clapping.
Clinking and clapping.
And toast.
A lot of people are making
emotions I'm so
speeches.
Unfamiliar with because I don't know.
A lot of people write songs for them, and I'm like, please don't do that.
Yeah, or people do...
bad jokes.
They do bad jokes. They start crying, and they're like... I didn't know. And it's usually the dudes. And I didn't know this day was going to come. I can't wait to sob at your wedding someday.
Well, now I want you to do a song that's full of bad jokes and sobbing. You can't even make it through it.
I could do it.
Just an acoustic guitar.
What type of apples grow on trees? All of them.
But you got to be like, I remember when drama puked all over my bathroom floor, because they also always like make fun of him too, because all their family and friends are here.
Yeah.
Tell an embarrassing story.
I remember when I just had so many flash in my mind that I want to tell you what. I was like, woo, it was like a brain overload. I was like, where did like all the little men in my mind? They just like, do you remember that scene? No, do you remember that scene in Bruce Almighty where he opens up the file cabinet?
No.
There's a scene in Bruce Almighty where he opens up a file cabinet of everything he's ever said, and it just like it just keeps going. That's what just opened up in my mind when they're like embarrassing things drama's done that you could talk about publicly in front of his family because it's acceptable. And I'm like, and then I had to filter
2 hours.
and then I had to filter out the ones that I couldn't tell in front of anyone, and I was like,
Slim's hour and 45 minutes.
And then there was the time he almost fainted outside the bar. I went outside to check on him because that little belly over there had to go take a shit, and
Nicole is taking his shit at my wedding.
Yeah, he's not even there at the moment. It's just like, God damn it.
I told him I needed him for 1
Comes
minute.
running out of the bathroom, tucking his shirt back into his I feel like ill-fitting tuxedo is what it's going to real wrinkly. Yeah. Like he's going to have it, like he's going to get it like a week before your wedding, and we're going to be like, maybe you should get it the day before. Yeah, I was going to say even 2 days before is too much. You need to get it to him, like someone needs to get it and bring it to him at the wedding. He
shows up in normal clothes and he's like, wait, I need what?
Pulls a pocket bush light out during the ceremony. Just tries to open it real quietly in his jacket, but you still hear like the
loud.
But it's like during the like a real quiet moment, like, and everybody's like, and let's just bow our heads for the opening prayer, and you just
a lot of prayer at my wedding for sure.
I was like picturing a Roman Catholic.
Yeah, it's gonna be
traditional.
Long. I'm definitely gonna light some candles that no one understands. There's gonna be small boys involved because Catholic. The weddings can be fun, but there's also a lot of shit where I'm just like, fucking, I just want to drink and dance and like maybe celebrate your wedding, but I'm just here to drink and dance if we're gonna.
Yeah, pretty much.
Honest.
I'm just here for the party.
It's a big party, yeah. Come to our weddings, not our joint wedding. We will not be gay or dead.
Everyone just wants that for some reason.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that in a bit here.
Are we doing that this episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Massive submission,
which is
because I'd like to be drunk by the next episode. I'd like to be drunk by the next episode.
I'd like to be so drunk by the next episode.
Justice.
I'm just trying to have fun. I don't want to fuck up nothing.
Do you want to talk? We've had a wild week.
Yeah, we've had a very wild week. So we now that the weather's getting nice out again, most of, if not all of the snow around us is melted finally.
We're coming out hot.
We're coming out hot. We started with 2 shows this week because that's how we hit the ground running hot and hard. So Monday we went to the soon-to-be closed House Cafe, R.I.P. House Cafe. Mm-hmm. Good and bad memories, lots of them.
I have so many.
But we went and saw Remo Drive. I can't remember the names of any of the other openers.
I want to say
something.
Yeah, it's like Frail Body. Fredo Disco.
Frito Disco. Yeah.
Frito Disco. It's a disco where the disco ball is made out of Fritos, and it's a piñata effect, and then it rains down Fritos.
I thought we were going to imply it was a Frito Santana themed disco.
No, Fredo.
Fredo
Santana.
R.I.P. Fredo.
R.I.P. Fredo. Santana and Matchbox 20. Is that right? Am I right? What am I thinking?
Bold stance, but that is possibly in the top 3 best songs ever written.
What is the fucking name of it? I can't think.
Because it's just like the ocean under the moon, and it's the same as the emotion that I get from you. I got the kind of loving that you me so smooth, yeah. Give me your heart, make it real, or just forget about it. Do.
Yeah, it's called Smooth.
It is Smooth.
Yeah. As soon as we got to that part, I was like, it's called Smooth.
Because it's so smooth.
There's that shirt that says I'd rather be listening to Smooth.
Well, isn't it crazy that was like a #1 song in the country?
That song didn't go away for like a year.
No, that song was one of those wild.
Songs aren't that powerful anymore.
They're not.
You remember,
songs
My Heart Will Go On lived for like 3 years everywhere.
Yeah.
It just, you couldn't
stop songs are viral now. They blow up for a short period of time, and then the next big one comes along.
Yeah.
There's not...
Music is just... There's so much
And I mean, like, you hear about
nowadays.
artists like Drake where they have songs on the chart for weeks and on end and stuff like that, but it's like you don't hear about a song taking over where it's a cultural phenomenon like that anymore. You know?
There used to be so many. I specifically remember Celine Dion, that fucking song would be on every day, and it's so long and bad.
I have a very vivid memory of being in Wisconsin as a kid with my family for Cranberry Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's like a festival they do every August at somewhere up in rural Wisconsin, but it's like a big flea market pretty much. But it's all about like during cranberry harvesting season, so there's a lot of like cranberry stuff there.
There's a fest for everything.
There is a fest for everything. It's pretty nice. You get to pick and choose. You can identify with whatever festival you want.
Like cheese days.
Very PC culture we have with festivals in this country.
Yeah,
we just got them for everything.
Yeah.
But I remember being a kid in the hotel room and seeing the music video for Smooth. And it is exactly as early 2000s aesthetic as you can get
can see it in
my
mind.
Right, I can see the video in my head. And we got to pull it up after this.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
like
we're can we pull it on the Bluetooth later when we're getting drunk?
Oh, yeah. Exclusively.
Nothing but Smooth all day.
Rob Thomas always looks a little dirty, but
he's like grungy, but he's like a safe grungy.
Yeah, safe
you know,
grungy.
he's like the
ladies
he's like
or
Disney
the men would definitely
he's like
love
a
him.
Disney Channel grungy.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a Disney Channel bad boy.
What does he do now?
Rob Thomas?
Yeah, or Matchbox 20?
I don't think is Matchbox 20 still active. I know he does solo. I know he does solo stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know about.
Remember that sad song about his mom getting cancer?
Nope.
It's 3 a.m. and it's like one of the big Matchbox 20 songs.
I don't know, man. If I heard
you would
it,
know
I
if you heard
probably
it.
heard it.
I always remembered the song, and then someone one time was like, "That's about his mom getting cancer," and it was a sad song. But then I was like, "Wow, this is very personal."
If we're talking about weird, soft grunge, you know what song I remembered the other day that I really liked?
What?
If I could, then I would.
Oh, okay.
I'd go wherever you will go.
The fuck is that by?
I looked it up, and it's a weird name. Like, it's not a name that's like memorable.
There's so many songs where you're like, I know every word to that song. I heard it so many times, and then you find out who it's by, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What is this? But yeah, we saw Remo Drive. They played all these songs. It was incredible.
It was a weird set list.
And,
it was different. They played a lot of songs off their new album, which sound
some would say too many songs.
Some would say too many, but it was still a very good show to go to. I really liked a lot of the new stuff of what I heard. There was one specifically where it was like that. That I really liked. Whatever that one was. That one was there was a lot of. It sounded really more like emo compared to what they were doing on their greatest hits album, because that was more like kind of fun, sad punk. Like if you're unfamiliar with them, listen to the song "You're Killing Me." That gives you a pretty good idea of what they're like.
Greatest Hits is a very good album.
Very, very good. But their newer stuff, honestly, it reminded me a bit of like Brand New. If you ever listened to them at all, it was very Brand New.
I got like a Nirvana vibe from a few of the songs.
Like but I mean, I think that's just kind of their style.
Yeah, I've always kind of felt that, but it wasn't like as heavy. A hot take maybe. I don't ever want to hear new songs at shows really, because I can't hear them. It's just like
I'll hear new songs, but put them in after the album's been out for like a month or something.
Yeah, like that's
like
what I
give
mean. Like
people
when they're
time
not
to digest the
new
songs, because that's an issue we've been having when we go to shows recently. Is it's nothing but stuff, because the Pew show was different because that was like an album release show,
and I
so
had
really
aggressively listened to that, so I knew all the songs. But the songs have to be out, because if I hear a song premiered at a show, like except with a few exceptions, like you can't understand it, and like if it's a banger, like you can enjoy it, but I'm like, I don't know, you know what I mean? You can never hear very good at
you
most
want
shows.
like the good context of it, you know?
And I just don't like, it's fun, or like a few, but they did a lot.
Yeah, that crowd was crazy because it was all like young college kids. Definitely made me feel my age.
Oh
a lot.
Very much so.
It definitely made me feel like an old man coming out to see Remo Drive with all these kids, because they were just jumping and shoving during the new songs too, and it's like they just don't care. They just want to come out and jump and shove.
Oh yeah, and that's what they I seen them there a year ago, and that was the first time I'd seen them, and the crowd surfing was like the most I've ever seen at one show. It just did not stop. At time there was 3 people at once, and it's just crazy. And then when we got there for this show, they had signs that said no stage diving, crowd surfing, or anything, and I was like, there's no fucking way. And it happened immediately. And then the fucking security guard, which is just an employee, walks in. If there's a security guard in the crowd, unless they're there to help someone who's injured or something, and if it's a rowdy show, fuck them up. Because that's what I point at you, and I was like, I'm going to fucking fuck that security guard up. You're going to...
No, you looked at me and you just said, fuck security up and pointed at me.
Well, I was,
which instant cosign. I mean, it's not like you had to ask.
I was going to do it because I thought they were going to kick kids out.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna, and then I was
and they're closing anyway.
Yeah,
so
I was like, you should be lucky. I'm not breaking bathroom fixtures, which I might have done. There's too many bathrooms.
Too many bathrooms.
Very confusing. I had to close one down.
Left a man-sized shit in it, so we knew which one was the men's room.
I do that a lot. You gotta know.
In a PC world, we still have to label things so people can be safe.
Yeah, because like I'm very much for like whatever bathroom, like gender equal, like no gender bathroom, whatever you consider.
Whenever someone has this argument with me, all I tell them is the bathroom in your house is unisex, and you don't have a problem.
I don't care at all. I feel bad for anyone besides men to have to deal with what men do in bathrooms because I take shits on the floor.
I did,
and one time I peed upwards into a hand dryer. So I just want people to know I'm for it. Go for it, honey. But I want to let you know I've done some shit in there.
One time I was at a show at back in the day when it was the Metro Center.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grandpa. Oh, yeah. We have a bell.
We have a topical bell.
Oh, yeah. We haven't said topical in like
we haven't said topical. Oh, my God. We did used to say that, didn't we?
Yeah, a lot. Because it used to be very topical.
Should we bring it back?
Yeah, but let's not have it to where it's so specific that it alienates people.
True.
We were down at CJ's and then we popped over to Carlisle and then we went to the city.
Ding, 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 ding,
Great
ding,
places,
ding,
but
ding.
I've had people from like when they message us from other states and they're like, "Oh, I found where Rockford was because of you. I don't think I'll ever go there."
Yeah, we get that a lot for some reason. Don't know why.
Not wrong. At the Metro Center.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I need you today.
Hey, we need both of us.
Yeah, we got to carry each other. He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
Yeah, I like the singing.
Who doesn't like the singing? We need a musical episode is what we need.
Oh, God. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I can imagine. Just great big show numbers, and you have to watch the YouTube video to get it because you just hear set pieces moving and stuff, and we're like, God damn it, these tights. Because it's a secret inside view to behind the stage as well. That's what
it's got one of those swiveling cameras.
So we do a musical, but the podcast is us doing the musical and then going backstage and talking to each other and being like, Jesus Christ, did you see that ugly kid in the third row? Oh my God, he won't
stop looking at him.
Picking his freaking nose when I'm out there doing my big song.
And that's why I shouted, "Get your finger out of your nose."
That's why I shouted, That's why I improvised that line.
We had to do 10 minutes
Get
on
your
that.
finger out of your nose. If I ever have to do that again, I will shut this production down.
I didn't drop out of art school for this.
I didn't smoke cigarettes that I bummed out of a Chinese gas station bathroom for this. I didn't struggle for this.
Yeah, I like this episode a lot.
Yeah, this episode's gonna be good. Someday, go to Dapper Dad's Patreon and donate for $5 a month so we can bring you a musical fucking episode.
Yeah, if we made more money, we'd do more things. I'll leave it at that.
But I was at the Metro Center for a show, and I went into the men, and I was a kid, and I went into the men's room, and there was people peeing in the sinks. There was dudes peeing in the trash cans. There was just
Were you like Dick Height kid too?
No, I've never been Dick Height.
True.
I was born Dick Height and then just went
true.
from there.
Yeah,
Used to take
true.
a big old stack of flapjacks and flip them into my mouth for breakfast.
Because I remember specifically the Metro Center, I believe, if I can recall correctly, taking a break during Ted Nugent's part of his show where he shoots an arrow at a guitar, flaming arrow at a guitar. I don't know. He's a horrible person, and his background visual was just deers being shot to death. Yeah. And my dad was like, "This goes on for a while. We're gonna go pee." And we went in, and it was like
on for a while,
so packed, and he was like, "Just pee whenever it opens up." And then like I remember going up and like looking, and there's just penises all over the place.
That's when you realize everyone has a penis.
Yeah, and they're very different.
And they're all disgusting.
I had a small notepad. I was just sketching. I'm like, holy shit.
Your dad's like, Jesus.
My dad grabs a different kid. All right, buddy, let's go back to our seats. That's not my kid. I'm like, Dad, please.
You had a nickel for every time that happened. You'd have 65 nickels in your pocket.
Yeah, more so.
For every time
my dad pretended a time
your dad lied and said that you weren't you.
For every time I was sketching dicks in the bathroom.
I'd have 65
I drop a trapper keeper and all these dicks spill out. I was holding it for a friend. I'm current age too.
This was at the show last night. You just didn't want to say anything
shit.
after when me and Kurt were watching the Mac Miller thing at the end. You left and went into the bathroom, spilled your Trapper Keeper everywhere. And we're
It was when I went to the bathroom when you were buying your hoodie. I was like, I got to run to the bathroom real quick. Tripped and fell.
No. I'm holding these for my weird friend buying the JPEG hoodie.
And they're like, the tall guy, and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna fuck him up in the crowd.
That one who was getting real big and stupid during JPEG Mafia, and you were like, yeah, that one.
The one that you cannot miss.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about you going to shows, because it would always be like me and Matt and Kurt, and Kurt's incredibly easy to lose, but he'll come back to you. And they both look like people. Like, the amount of times I've grabbed someone
Thinking
and
it
it's
was
not
them.
Cole.
Yeah.
Specifically Cole. I did it at Remo Drive. Just grabbed a kid. And then they turn around and I'm just like, whoa! just act cool, Play it off. But, and yeah, Matt looks similar to other people.
Yeah.
I can see you at all times.
Yeah,
if I can't see you for a second, I just turn and I see you. It's beautiful.
I'm like a beacon of hope in an otherwise dirty, terrible world.
And sometimes I can see you just going through some shit too, and it's nice.
Like what?
Just like getting shoved and like looking unstable.
Yeah. How unstable did I look at several points last night?
Pretty unstable. Yeah.
I remember there was one point I remember I was so fucked up and like I just kept getting shoved and I was like, I just need to find my center for a moment. And I like just looked up and I was like,
yeah.
Just was like trying to breathe in cold air because there was a fan somewhere. I could feel it when I got to a certain point. Just blowing in my ear, and I'm like,
yeah, I always try to get that air, but then I look up at the building and then it freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I gotta look back down, and then it's just feet everywhere. Too many feet.
You were weirding people out at one point because you were taking so long to tie your shoe. People were like walking around you and they were like, and they were like looking at me, and I was like, he's tired.
He's stalking my dick.
Calm down.
Go away. We're gender neutral and fluid. A lot of fluid on the floor right now.
A lot of fluids everywhere.
Well, because you go. I was trying to double knot my shoes because they just kept coming untied.
Yeah.
I got the right one double knotted, and the left one I turned into some sort of weird sailor's knot situation that I've never seen before, and then it felt like tight but also crazy loose, and I was like, I need to fix this, which I didn't until we went to JPEG's merch and came back. But then when you bend down to tie your shoes, people like do give you some space and go around you, but then you just keep getting like a butt in the face. So I'm like trying to tie my shoe while crotches and assholes are brushing against it ever so gently. It's just hard to do. But yeah, we saw Remo Drive.
Yeah,
it was good. Go see them. They're on tour very soon. Coming to a state near you, I believe.
Probably.
Who knows? I don't know.
New album coming out sometime this year.
Yeah, they tweeted a picture of the mixes on a burnt disc, which just made me laugh for some. I know it's still how that would work, most likely.
Like it's still funny that's how it still works.
I was like, what is this, the 90s?
Yeah. And then we took a small, quiet break in the middle of the week, did our normal thing, and then yesterday...
Yeah, for 3 days.
For 3 days.
Small, quiet break.
And then yesterday we went to the grand old city of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
God bless her soul. And we saw JPEGMAFIA and Vince Staples. I forget what the first guy's name was. Trill Sammy. Mm-hmm. Did not really pay attention to Trill Sammy.
Did not really enjoy it.
No, I did not either.
Very weird.
Yeah, weird. Really weird.
Very generic. Like, that's what it is a lot of times. I'm like, you're not bad. You're not good. You're just a dude
Just
rapping.
another one.
Just a guy.
Yeah. JPEGMAFIA was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
If you've listened, if this is your first time listening, we have talked about JPEGMAFIA a lot on the show. His album Veteran was one of my top 10 albums of the year last year. Yeah. If you haven't listened to that episode, go check it out.
If I could update my list now, I'd probably throw it on there.
It's
very inaccessible, I'd say.
It's not for everyone.
No, not at all.
It's hip hop, but it is a very grinding industrial form of hip hop.
It's very experimental.
Very experimental, very noisy. Yeah. He gets, and I don't believe this is a fair comparison at all, but he gets compared to Death Grips a lot.
Or like clipping.
Yeah.
I don't like Death Grips or clipping at all.
Yeah, I like Death Grips, but they're two very, very different artists. The thing about JPEGMAFIA is when he described it best himself. I was reading an interview with him, and he's like, when I rap, I'm a super exaggerated character of who I am inside my head. That's who comes out. So there's a lot of craziness and bravado that comes along with it, but
very jarring.
But you also get that the man he is a veteran. He's a United States veteran. He served in active combat, so there is a certain there's a certain mystique to the man that I love. There's a very strange hardness about him. In his live show, he doesn't do anything like lights, anything like that. It is just
he doesn't even have a DJ.
It is him with his laptop, 4 bottles of water, and nothing. Just him up there in like a military vest and his black jeans, just screaming into that mic. And what is it? Does he have bronchitis, laryngitis, something?
I read he might have laryngitis. He missed the show not before ours, 2 days before ours.
Yeah.
He had to skip a show and he said he was sick. And yeah, I mean, if that's a sick performance, then
he, I think he threw up at one point. I saw him. It could have just been a lot of spit, but it looked like he had just like it was a lot of spit if he did.
Like I don't think I've ever been that physically active or fit in my entire life. Like
it is. It's incredible that the man is so sick and he put on a performance like that. And he was still out in the crowd because there was one point, and I looked it up. That was not the Weird song was Macaulay Culkin, but the one he went into the audience was not. So I'm going to be on a JPEG hunt for the next couple of days trying to find that beat. Because there was just this one beat he went into the audience and started rapping to, and it was like a pandemonium when he stepped into the audience. It wasn't it was the second room in the rave, so it wasn't the ballroom and it wasn't the small room. And that's like the perfect room. It's just a good room.
That's the room I want everybody to be in.
And so it wasn't like this gigantic sold out show, but just like the cult following that the man has, you know, it was a pandemonium when he got into the audience. People just swarmed all around him. I
thought we were gonna do Walls of Death.
The air got pushed out of me several times while people were just trying to get to him, and he is like a wild, just jaguar when he gets on stage. He's just screaming and pouncing and yelling. I've seen so many live videos and listened to his album so much that it almost seemed surreal to be seeing it in person, you know, but it was everything I could have wanted from the show.
I would say even if, like, check out the music, again, it's definitely not for everyone.
No.
But if you could see him live, I think regardless, like, it's very entertaining.
It'll say something to you if you go see it live. I spent a gross amount of money on a JPEGMAFIA hoodie because I love him so damn much, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's the best hoodie I've ever gotten in terms of quality. Like I need you to just feel how thick this is, and it's not like Gildan, it's actual JPEGMAFIA brand, and there's a phone number on it that you can call. It says call and leave a message. So I think I might do
sold
it.
Our idea. I bought the vinyl just because after seeing them I was like,
how does it look?
It's very sexy.
Yeah,
it's a solid pink.
I really want to come over and listen to it on your sound system one day when no one else.
I haven't played it yet because I'm scared. It's gonna
be so loud.
All the animals will leave.
Oh, they'll run down the block.
Immediately show up.
That big squirrel is gonna show up outside.
Yeah, that's the only way to get that big squirrel away. But then
no, Baby I'm Bleeding is gonna play, and that squirrel's gonna try to fuck you up,
or just fuck me.
Yeah,
I mean we're
and
PC.
Then convert you.
Yeah. And then we saw Vince Staples as well.
Which finally broke the curse.
Yeah, there's been I think it's 5 times I've been supposed to see him. Once was at the rave, and I'm sure I've told the story. The car broke down, and we walked in and seen him ending his set. And then that is basically how it happens every time. I see him ending the set. Or one time I watched Father, and it was such an outrageous show that Vince Staples came out to Blue Suede, and the crowd got even crazier. And I was like, I physically cannot stand to do this anymore, so I left. But yeah, finally got to see him.
I thought it was awesome. It was incredible. He had this really fantastic stage setup. It's called the Smile You're on Camera tour. So when he comes out, it's a whole camera panned at the audience. Yeah. And then he had it on there the whole time, and it was like a couple of old school TVs were in the middle with big projections of him like being filmed in black and white on the side. And there was like old war footage and a lot of titties. A lot of titties.
I saw one that was just a squirrel for a while.
Yeah, one was a squirrel. One was like an owl eating a deer corpse. Yeah. One was like a woman with half a leg walking on crutches in like this dirty town. Like it was aesthetically really cool to look at, you know, because when I think of Vince Staples, I think of someone who's he has a very unique style about him. He's Vince. Yeah. Like he's got this whole culture around him, you know. But I don't view him the same way I view like Kanye, where he's very artistic and there's a lot of like expression and stuff to what he does. But that opinion really changed last night, seeing that stage setup and just the way.
Well, Vince's videos are unbelievable.
His videos are incredible.
Like Senorita is.
But I just considered him to be just a top tier rapper. You know, I didn't consider him to be someone he has his own style, his own culture. But I never considered him to be like the super artistic type, you know. But his stage setup was fantastic. As a performer, he's technically very proficient.
Yeah.
Very, very proficient. If he doesn't really seem to get into it too much.
No.
I
think that's kind of like his whole thing.
He just kind of moseys.
Like,
he doesn't really mosey. He'll like jump around the stage and jump
Yeah.
up and down and stuff, but it's like he seems like he's really...
I think it's like we said, specifically following JPEG Mafia. It's like a complete different world.
I
So
was
it's hard to
still
follow.
blown away by
Yeah,
Vince.
it's still
though.
very good.
Like it was incredible.
Crowd.
The crowd was too much. I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
Would you say better or worse than Brockhampton a year ago?
I'd say better.
Better than Brockhampton, but still bad.
Yeah. Brockhampton was just so many people. It wasn't, I feel like the people at Vince were more ready to get rowdy. Brockhampton is full of teenagers that, like, at that one point, that guy was like, they're pushing me. Can you help? And I was like, no, welcome to this.
Welcome
if you
to
want to
this
do
life.
this, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
They're pushing me. Can you help?
Yeah, and I don't even know you.
Yeah, and
And I'm pushing
that's
you.
when you know
I was the one pushing
That's when you
you
know you're desperate, when you're asking your attacker for help.
Yeah, I was trying to choke him. But yeah, it was crazy. The one, like, it was very, like, just pushy. It's not even moshy. It was moshy. We're both very sore and have a collection of bruises that cannot be rivaled.
I've been
But
tenderized.
the one thing that I hate, I was telling Matt when we went back to the car, is like if my arms get caught down, it is like gives me like a light panic attack. I need to at least have my arms, because once your arms are like caught and then you're just being pushed, you're like, and someone's standing on one of your feet and the other one's just up in the air somewhere, and you're just like, my body shouldn't be like this. I need my hands to be able to. And like sometimes I have to push, because at one time I was just trying to shove you away from me because I'm like, I just need some fucking room.
Yeah. No, at one point there was one point during Vince where it was getting like really rowdy, and I was like, I know I can get away with this. I just like spaz hardcore dance.
Yeah.
Because I just start like flexing and like shoving and stuff like that. And being my size, people are just kind of like, oh, okay. And they like give me some space, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And then they just come right back.
Yeah. You just get little pockets of breath.
Yeah.
It's like in the Sonic video games when he's underwater, and if he's underwater too long, it starts to count down, and you got to get a big air bubble.
And then you got to go back down.
Yeah, and then you got to go back down. And then Tails is just in your ass, and you're like, oh, fucking die, Tails. I don't need your help.
Just like
you
every
only
day.
carry me sometimes. But yeah, it was a good show.
No, it was fantastic.
Very rowdy.
I had a really, really good time. I can't stop thinking about it, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a wild month.
Been a wild week.
Yeah, wild week specifically, but adding in the Pew show from whenever the hell that just was. Yeah, it's been a wild month.
Been about 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we crammed it all in. We didn't go to shows for a little bit.
And then we did 3 shows in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's I think it's called We're on a Bender.
Yeah.
A bit of a bender.
And I feel like the bender's just going to keep going until it gets cold out again.
Probably. I'm going to Florida in a couple days.
You are.
So I'm going on a real vacation I think I'm going to say the first time in my life. Did you do like vacations when you were a kid? Like anything substantial?
Did 2 vacations as a kid, both Disney World. But that was it.
Yeah,
one when I was 5, one when I was 5, one when I was 10.
We would go to like places, but I don't think like when I was really little, we went to Ohio to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and SeaWorld. But I was like 5 or 6, and we stopped at what is it, Bob Evans? It's like the breakfast guy.
Yeah.
They have like a restaurant, Bob Evans restaurant, and I went there and I got in the car and I threw up all over a Barney stuffed animal that I was very fond of. That's my big memory. And I remember looking at the Guns N' Roses thing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that was the only like big like out of state one. We'd go to like places in Wisconsin.
So
or,
you
like,
need a
little
vacation.
ones. Yeah, I've never like went, and this will be like the longest I've probably ever been gone.
This will be good for you, man. Honestly, just with all your stress, I think it'll be good to get away for a while.
I'm just not going to come back probably.
If you don't, that's fine. I'll figure it out.
My goal is to become Florida man. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Florida's crazy from
Florida
what I hear.
is nuts with all the headlines.
I've never been anywhere south of Illinois. I've been all around the Midwest, but I've never been.
I've been south. I've been to Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Oklahoma, Kansas. That's the South, right? Kansas is the South.
Are you going to ask me this?
Yeah.
Like I know?
Well, no, because when I was in Kansas, they constantly would fight me would tell me it's part of the Midwest, and I'm like, this is not the Midwest at all. No, but they claim it's like the very far corner
no one
of the
wants
Midwest.
to be the South.
Yeah, but they were 5 minutes away from Oklahoma, and everything was camo everywhere. It was the South.
Yeah, I feel like the most south I've ever even gone is like Champaign, Illinois. Is that?
Huh.
Not very far.
It's gonna smell weird.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna Florida has a different smell to
I'm
it.
sure it
It's
does.
very humid and buggy.
Yeah, everyone's like, it's hot down there.
It is warm. I mean, it
shit.
shouldn't be too bad this time of year that you're going,
Yeah.
especially with how cold it's been in this part of the world. You shouldn't have. Nah, you'll be fine. Just watch out for gators. Gators are everywhere.
I'll fight a gator.
Like
honestly.
I remember when we were staying at the hotel we were staying at, there was like a pool air, like a lake area on the front. There were just gators just chilling, just hanging out. People are
I'm not
cool
afraid
with
of
it.
gators.
There's just little signs posted in a lot of public places that say like "watch for gators" or like "beware, don't feed gators." Like
I'm gonna feed it.
people, yeah,
And I'm gonna wrestle it.
Yeah, you're gonna be the tourist that Illinois man hospitalized after becoming Florida man, and
No, alligator
trying to-
hospitalized after Illinois man showing what that Midwest blood's made of,
And it's just
motherfucker.
me, Matt, and Cole are all just back here chilling, doing something. We're just like, I hope he's having fun on vacation. And we're at CJ's,
Okay.
having some drinks, just being like,
I'm glad I get left out of everything.
While you're on vacation, that's why we're doing something.
right.
Just us,
I'll
and not
remember
you.
that.
We're not excluding you on purpose.
Seems like I guess I'll have to come back early.
That's
Come into
fair.
CJ's
Just
with the
pop it.
alligator head. Oh, so you guys didn't
A
want to
bloody alligator head.
Yeah.
It's like, how fresh is this?
I brought it in the car and I killed it in the parking lot.
I already made a set of boots and belt and vest and pants for all of us
Yeah.
out of his hide. He
It's
was
honestly
a
really
big
efficient.
guy. Turns out he was the biggest gator in Florida, and I found him and I killed him.
I've eaten gator, so that's why
I've
I'll tell
also
it.
had gator.
You're a vegan.
I wasn't a
Fucking
vegan
piece
for
of
like
shit.
25
You
years.
Fucking piece of shit. Phony. This guy's a phony. So yeah, I'll be in Florida. When people are listening to this, text the dad chat. I won't answer because I'm on vacation, you idiot.
I'll be handling all of the dad chat
Yeah,
responsibilities.
so don't worry. Nothing will be posted on social media, and there
Nope.
will be zero response to anything.
Yep.
And I'll be kicked back in the sand with some sort of tropical drink.
And I'll be doing whatever it is I do during the week that confuses you.
Yeah, I don't need that on top of this. I'm gonna come back tan as fuck.
Oh, please.
Mainly in the dick department.
Real
I'm trying
buff.
to really tan my balls.
Looking like a real beefcake. when
Yeah,
you get back.
I'm like super swole.
I'm like, you got a
Everything
beach bod while
changed.
you were
Yeah,
gone.
it's like they just give them to you.
Yeah, you just get
the
down there and they
resort.
just slap them on you.
Yeah, it's like when you go to Hawaii and you get the lay and someone makes a horrible joke, but here they give you a beach body. I'm a fucking beefcake now.
Beefcake,
And I have a lot of radical opinions.
Oh,
now.
like real
Everything's
douchebag
changed.
white guy stuff.
Yeah, I'm very big piece of shit that no one wants to deal with. Do we want to get into this submission?
I don't,
Because it's
but
beefy.
we can.
It is beefy. This comes from a little old Leonard, as we alluded to in the previous episode, where he demanded to know what would happen if one of us died. He had been telling me that wasn't the end of that, and he would be treating us to a short story.
Is treating the right word?
I'll let you hold on to that opinion until this is over.
Okay. Love you, Leonard.
I'm gonna reserve my love for you until after I read this.
Okay.
So yeah, he told me there'd be a little short story. He told me what it would contain. I will get more into it because I thought it was going to be a little different. I will not be reading the title until the end because it kind of gives it all away. I'm going to bury the lead
Interesting.
here. It is 7 pages long. I'm going to read through and then we'll go back and analyze it.
Can I go
'cause-
piss before we do this?
No.
Please.
Nope. You gotta. This is the brand we've created. So I'm just gonna dive into it. I'm gonna read the whole thing, and then we'll go back and pick it apart because I've got a lot. I've got a lot to say about it.
Okay.
So it begins. Yeah, I got a big old hog for you here. Drama mumbled under
Oh,
his
I
breath.
thought this wasn't going to be sexual.
It's actually not. I was like, oh great, it's gonna be overly sexual again, and not as great as that one we got. That was very.
No, that was
beefy.
the,
I still read. I read that one to go to bed.
I have a cut of the recording of us doing it
Mm-hmm.
as my ringtone to wake me up in the morning.
Yeah, that gets you right out of bed.
Right out
Rock
of
hard. Yeah, and honestly, this I might enjoy this more if it was homoerotic, but it's not. So anyway, yeah, I got a big old hog for you here. Drama mumbled under his breath as he entered Slim's home. You getting gay without me? Exclaimed young Kurt, chipper with excitement. Yeah, just pull out that big belly, Slim said with an almost creepy smile. The dads were slowly reassembling at Slim's house after a long, beautiful summer day. They hadn't been able to hang out in full force for almost 2 months now. Sure, they might have seen each other for a couple hours here and there,
Why
but
in the
not.
summer?
Huh?
Why in the summer wouldn't we see each other for 2 months?
I don't know. You can't jump in because there's going to be a lot of shit. We'll have
so
to
just let you read this whole thing?
Yeah, just get it out of the way, and then we'll go back and break it down.
Okie dokie, neighborino. I'm just going to get going.
Yeah. Sure they might not have seen each other. They might have seen each other for a couple hours here and there, but not nearly long enough to really enjoy it. The day was spent at the city market. Nice 83 degrees, crisp breeze, giant pillowy clouds providing bursts of much enjoyed shade throughout the day. Perfect in every way. The dads had been planning this outing for a week and a half, figuring out the best way to spend the day. A few games of intense beer darts, plenty of day drinking, and a much desired trip to Los Portales to finish it off. The day was just what they needed. Nothing crazy, just time to spend... I moved it and lost my place. Nothing crazy, just time to spend together and really enjoy themselves. With no strict plans and just letting the day take them where it may, they eventually ended up at Slim's house. Kurt was the first to arrive after Slim, with drama not too far behind. Matt showed up 15 minutes later with a case of beer. After chatting about the day and life in general, the dads descended down the stairs into the basement for a night of heavy drinking, beer pong, and very loud music. Hey Slim, you ever pick up some new ping pong balls? The other ones mysteriously burned up after someone showed us a video of them exploding after being lit, Matt said while shooting a glance at Drama. Hey, Drama stated, I asked if you guys wanted to see something cool and you said yes. Not my fault, Slim has no control after 7 beers and a couple of tall boys. You know me and my unsurprising lack of self-control, Slim stated plainly, raising his hands in a nonchalant manner. Plus, you forget I was tripping balls. And yes, I got more. You just gotta work for 'em. He winked at Matt, who gave a quick smile. Well, let's not waste the night. Drama cracked a beer and raised it up. The squad is together and nothing's gonna keep us apart for the rest of the night. They opened a beer and toasted before filling 10 solo cups for each side of the table. What are the teams gonna... Slim was cut off by Kurt as he yelled, me and Drama against you two pussies, and hooked his arm around Drama's. Oh, it is on you... Jesus. Oh, it is on you, little 5'0" bitch, Slim exclaimed, and then took his spot next to Matt across from the clear losers to be. Again, anytime it's fucking weird, it's not me, just to jump in there. The guys then had a close game, redemptions coming from both sides as they got more and more competitive. Tensions were high as Kurt was about to make his move. He lined up the shot, breaths were held, and he tossed the ball. It went into the cup, I'm guessing, racing around the rim before sinking in with a light plop. Fuck yeah, let's fucking go, boys, Drama shouted. Slim looked at Matt and said, I can't believe you lost this for us. If you had made that last shot, we would have won. He took another sip of beer and continued, we were this close, holding 2 fingers so Matt saw how close they were to winning. Hey man, I tried my best, Matt said plainly. Well, your best didn't make an entrance, Slim went on. You gotta make the ultimate redemption. Oh, so you think you can win against this team? Drama said smugly. With this belly? And patted Kurt's beautiful belly. I know the fuck we can, Matt said, already setting up the cups. The dads played a few more games, but in the end, Kurt and Drama were victorious with a score of 4-3. After that, they kept talking about whatever came to mind, all 4 of them becoming pleasantly buzzed. Almost half the beer was gone, and Matt said, I gotta run out to my car. I got a surprise for you all. And with that, hurriedly ran up the stairs. The remaining dads gave a couple of nods and continued to dance and drink to the music. After a few short minutes, the basement door opened, and Matt triumphantly sauntered down the stairs with 3 bottles of Nando's strawberry wine. Aw, shit, boys, it's a fucking party now, Drama gleefully exclaimed as he went to relieve Matt of a bottle. Man, I can't believe you treat us this good, Slim said before giving Matt a big old hug. They all poured up a big glass and had a proper toast. To the dad squad, they all said before having a hearty sip. God, this shit is so good, Drama exhaled as he licked his lips. A very welcome surprise. Thank you, Matt. Matt shrugged and said, well, it's a special night. We haven't been able to hang out for a while now, and I had to do something special. Also, it is such a beautiful night out. It's warm, but not hot, and the sun is getting pretty low in the sky, but you can still see clearly. I don't think the day could get any better. What about the humidity? Asked Slim. What about it? There is none. It's really nice out, honestly, replied Matt. So what I'm hearing is it's the perfect night to go for a good walk, Slim said, a big smile spreading across his face. We were just outside all day, said Drama. Besides, I can't stand all those abominations called mosquitoes. I got bug spray in my car, though, offered Kurt. It sounds nice, at least. Yeah, great idea. Spray me with all those horrible smelling chemicals so I can smell like shit while I get eaten alive. Let's just go right now, why don't we? Drama spat out angrily. That, Slim stated, sounds like bitch talk to me. I don't care if it's bitch talk or not. I don't want to watch little freeloading assholes take my blood that I worked hard to make. At this, the squad erupted in laughter. I'm serious. I hate mosquitoes that much, and that garbage in a can doesn't do shit. Well, I think it's 3 against 1 here, and I think a little walk sounds great. Who doesn't like a nice little drunk walk through the neighborhood? Asked Slim, almost slurring his words a little. What about a walk to jail? That's where you'll go with how drunk you are, Drama stated plainly. A smile was slowly showing on his face. Slowly, the squad convinced Drama to go on a walk, albeit a small one, just around the block. As they walked, Drama lightened up a bit. He was clearly having a good time with the dads. They filed out of the house into the crisp night. Matt was right. It was perfect for a good walk. The best part was there were no mosquitoes out. Look who's got a big old smile on his face, Slim said, pointing at Drama. I knew you would like it. Okay, listen, I might not always be right, but if there were mosquitoes out, I guarantee I wouldn't have made it past the sidewalk, Drama said. All right, bitch boy, whatever you say, chimed in Kurt. You want to catch these fists, little man? Asked Drama. I know you can't get away from me. Not even your belly can save you from my wrath. And with that, Drama started to chase Kurt. No playing in the streets, kiddies. Someone might get hurt, Slim called out in an over-the-top 30s dad voice. You're not my real dad. You haven't given me years of childhood trauma that I should probably be seeking a therapist about, shouted Drama as he continued to chase a laughing wild Kurt. They continued walking and enjoying the setting sun. Eventually it was getting darker out, and they were heading back home. All right, you ready to get your ass thoroughly kicked, asshat? Asked Slim to Drama. If I recall correctly, you were on the loser bitch side of the spectrum, so I don't think you can talk shit right now. Did you forget already? The new motto is less buttholes, more tears, non-stop shit talking, Dapper Dad's 2019, motherfucker. Let's fucking go, boys, screamed Slim, getting louder with each word. Fuck yeah, the whole dad squad yelled as they approached Slim's house. By now it was getting dark fast, but there was just barely enough light to see where they were going. While they were walking and jamming out to music, and 216s by Z-Money and Valet started playing. As the dad started belting out the lyrics, Drama stopped and started doing a little dance to the music. Aw shit, Drama's got some moves, laughed Matt. Do it, brother, shouted Slim. The 3 dads stood and watched as Drama perfectly rapped the song and impressed them with his dancing. That, motherfuckers, is how, boom! Out of nowhere, a car sped by and smashed into Drama.
What?
Silence. The world seemed to be going 100 times slower. Slim watched in mute horror as Drama went over the car, limbs sticking out in weird angles, tumbled in the air twice before landing on his back. A few seconds, all told, but it felt like minutes. Drama hit the ground with a sickening crunch and was still. The car was already turning at the end of the block when all the dads screamed in unison. A loud, voice-cracking primal scream as they sprinted to their friend lying on the ground in a pool of growing blood. Frantic, Matt was already calling for an ambulance, yelling into the phone for them to hurry. Slim knelt down by his brother with Kurt looking on in fear. All 3 had hot, stinging tears rolling down their cheeks. Drama, Drama, cried Slim. Talk to me. Drama, please stay with me. Look into my eyes. Keep them open. Look at me, damn it. Slim gingerly grabbed Drama's head and carefully tilted it towards him. Can you speak? Say something. Anything, please. I can't feel my legs. My left arm is numb. Everything hurts beyond reasoning, and I think my brains might actually be out of my skull, Drama croaked. Don't worry, the ambulance is on its way. Just stay with me for fuck's sake, Slim's voice was breaking. Don't close those eyes, goddammit. I swear to God, you better not close those eyes. Slim, I'm not going to make it. I've had my fair share of injuries, but I just know. Please, do me a favor. No. Don't you say that quitter talk. You stay with me for fuck's sake. Weren't you supposed to beat my ass in beer pong? Can't do that if you're dead, Slim shouted. Please reach into my pocket and give me a cigarette, Drama said, straining with every word. The adrenaline isn't what it's cracked up to be. Slim reached into Drama's pocket and pulled out a bloody pack of Newports and his bald eagle lighter. Slim put one in Drama's mouth and lit it for him. It doesn't do much for the pain, but it's better than nothing. Slim, take my lighter. Use it and see how long it lasts. Then bury it by my grave, Drama whispered. Don't you die, motherfucker. I can hear sirens. You're gonna be okay. Just hang on, please. Slim was trying and failing not to cry. No, you're not gonna die. You can't. You know what? Asked Drama. What is it? I don't have to do the show anymore. I can feel my stress melting away, gasped Drama. That's your blood, you fucking idiot. Keep talking. Tell me more about it, Slim said with a shaking voice. Either way, it feels like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. Too bad I can't enjoy it now. By now, the sirens were very close, just seconds away from the street. Drama suddenly looked very panicked and stared into Slim's eyes. Slim, I think this is goodbye. And as he finished the sentence, the cigarette dropped from his lips. His eyes seemed to gloss over as he stared for miles. A single tear rolled down his cheek and his body went limp. Drama, 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 wake up. Please don't be pranking me. Not at a time like this. Slim shook Drama a few times. Drama, please, God, no. Drama, wake up. Wake up. Kurt and Matt, both with wet cheeks and tear-filled eyes, pulled Slim away from Drama as the paramedics began their work, trying in vain to resuscitate him. After a minute or two, they picked him up and loaded him into the ambulance. Slim's neighbors were outside by now. A mix of shocked looks and confused expressions. The dads were all crying now, screaming and in pain. The last notes of 216s faded out. The end. Are you crying over there? Show me those tears.
No.
The title is, I got to go back a lot of pages here.
Drama dies in a car crash.
Well, the document, the Google doc he sent me is called Drama Dies Finally. The title of the epic novel here is Dapper Dad Death Day.
Okay.
I read this at 6:30 in the morning, and let me tell you, it changes your day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is not how you start a day off.
Not in that much detail.
Not a story about your own death, for fuck's sake.
In graphic detail. In 7 pages. I was drinking coffee, and I was just like, because what he initially said was that he wanted to submit a story for each of us. So there'd be 2 stories where we each died. I didn't think it would get to this level of detail.
I didn't think it was going to be.
And then when I've only gotten this one, so I'm like, so I guess it's going to be me. What are your thoughts? Did you see where that was going? Give me all your thoughts.
I didn't know where it was going. Part of me thought it was a wholesome fan fiction where we just had a good time. His attention to detail is
unbridled.
Yeah. Definitely a top
Insane.
fan.
Yeah, very much so. That's like, and we've talked about it recently. It is one of the craziest things with doing this whole thing is I forget how much people know about me. Not with
just because of what we say,
shit and whatnot. But then little things I have crazy mosquito bites and I hate them and clearly I feel like that the night he got to enjoy our company at the Christmas
it was observation.
Party.
It feels like now.
Yeah, because I
feel like I feel used now. I feel like I was used for art.
Because some of the ways, that's exactly how we interact.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Now,
I couldn't have written it better.
The text seemed a little the mannerisms were not 100% us. Some of them were, and I was like, all right, but some of them were very well written, just PC statements that we wouldn't catch each other saying.
But the belly talk and the
I was gonna say the belly talk and the bitch talk and the let's fucking go boys. There's a lot of mannerisms in there.
Yeah, I didn't know we could be portrayed so properly.
Yeah, we were portrayed properly, but
you scare me that you're gonna kick that. Yeah, you can't do that. Anyway.
My leg hurts because I left it alone.
Yeah, getting older. It was hard to not slip into the Ray Romano voice during this.
I'm glad. I think that's the longest I've gone in the last month without hearing a Ray Romano voice.
It not even doing it as a joke. I feel it tickle in my throat and it's gonna sneak out.
The death scene. Let's talk about this a little bit.
Let's. Yeah. Please.
Very well written. I'll say very tragic, very sad.
Believable.
Don't know what you're hanging on to, Lenny, but let us know.
Yeah, it's getting weird with all of the death talk. Let's.
Everyone wants us gay or dead.
Yeah.
That's all the people
Leonard
want.
specifically wants us
Leonard
dead,
wants
or
us
thinks about it more
very
than I
dead.
think about it, which is a lot. My biggest flaw with the thing is 2/16 is a historically short song.
Yeah, and I feel like it's
So
going to
if
take
I'm
a lot
dancing,
longer for you to
but-
die.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends how hard I was hit. And the car just sped off.
Yeah.
What a
A
bunch of
hit and
assholes.
run?
Yeah.
In my neighborhood?
In your neighborhood? Yeah.
There's
it
only
doesn't
one
make
way
sense.
in and out.
Yeah, so they got to drive.
They got to
right back
wait at
by.
that long ass
Wait.
stoplight.
Sorry. Sorry. That's
who did it.
That would have been.
He couldn't
the
choke
icing
you
on
out.
the
He
cake.
couldn't choke you out in the pit, so he had to come kill you.
No, I was joking him out. But yeah, I mean, like, it's very. I don't know another instance in my life where I felt very weird about something someone offered up.
It's
to
because
me.
it's not bad. Like,
No,
it's not
it's
bad.
very well
very
written.
well written. Like,
Yeah, I've said that since
plus
his.
for
I feel like
writing,
his
yeah.
first submission was him talking about getting locked out of his house and smoking
Yeah,
cigarettes.
that was really well written.
And I
too.
didn't know him then, and I was like, whoever that was is like good at writing. Yeah, you've got a thing. You can
Definitely
you
got
can paint a picture for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I prefer a different picture,
a
but
very
here
different
we are.
picture. Now I'm curious about my death story. I want to
Yeah,
see.
you got to write the other one.
Is it the
Leonard,
same
'cause-
thing, just with me in it, or is there like is it a new, completely separate death?
Yeah, Leonard, write. Just go to
If
like.
you
page,
write a story where I die from a heart attack, I'll kill myself over it.
Leonard, go to page 5 out of 7, and we can go up to the walk and then just play it with Slim, or I guess write a different 7-page one. Fuck it.
Fuck it, we'll read it.
But yeah, that's the longest submission we've ever gotten. Yeah, when I like opened the document, I was like, 7 pages. What is this gonna be?
Ugh.
Well, I knew because it says drama dies finally right off the bat, so I knew what we were getting into, but I
Yeah,
didn't think it was
I
gonna be
did.
so
Wild,
specific and
very specific.
yeah.
I don't like that I'm the only one you're talking to as you're dying. I feel like you would also be talking to Cole and Matt
Yeah,
as you were dying. Like,
Well,
what
I
are
feel
they
like-
doing while I'm
I feel like
just
they're
talking?
just shocked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm the one taking control in the situation.
Which is the scariest part of the story, if we're being honest.
It was really a horror story
I'm-
about Slim being in charge.
I also feel like I'm not gonna die real casually. You know,
No.
that's my biggest fear is dying. I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna really make
You're
it
gonna
traumatic for
fight
you
the shit
forever
out
because
of
you're
it.
gonna be like he was
Traumatized?
just I wouldn't be like. I like the romantic idea of put a cigarette in my mouth.
Yeah,
like that's how I want to go. That's beautiful. Pour a beer in my mouth too while we're at it. But I feel like I would be like, I don't want to die. Oh my god,
Yeah.
save me.
Yeah,
And
I would
you'll
be
never
doing
forget that.
everything.
But I don't know. I guess I'll have to get hit by a car.
I think I got
dancing to 2/16.
PTSD just listening to that story.
Imagine how I felt.
But yeah, you got do you want to talk about this over some beers?
Yeah, we'll get to it. That's what it was hard to not tell you yesterday
Yeah.
because I was getting drunk and I was like, because I got it yesterday morning. I like read it yesterday
Not a good way
morning.
to start the day.
No, especially for like the date. So the whole time I'm just like, am I gonna die dancing in the street?
Am I going to die to
2/16.
North?
Yeah, I mean I could have. Yeah, it's hard to comment on because it feels accurate.
It feels accurate, but it feels wrong.
Yeah, I mean
But it's good.
it is good. Good job, Leonard. I mean
Sometimes life is not so good.
yeah. Sometimes this shit gets weird. You know what I mean?
Times, life's really not so bad.
This shit it gets weird. Like when it's things
Yeah.
like this, and then I'm like, this is what
I prefer more sexy.
yeah. I'd rather
Talks.
have to read.
I'd rather read a gay story than
Yeah.
a death story.
Yeah, or like if it was a story.
Since those are our only two options.
Yeah, I mean, what could someone write? Like we just go to Walmart and have like a really normal day.
Or like something zany and weird
Yeah,
happens,
really
you know?
whimsical.
I don't know. I would challenge someone to write a fanfic that doesn't involve death or sex.
Yeah, please, someone just to lighten my
Just to lighten the
put me at
mood
ease a
around
bit.
here, for God's
Or
sake.
if it would have ended at boom, I think that would have been a very creative ending because we would have got the gist. But having to read how I'm reacting while I'm dying in your arms and
Sad.
and a lot of emotions, a lot of I mean, yeah, I don't. It's weird to talk about.
Well,
because-
for a man who's afraid to die, you gave him a great gift, Leonard.
Yeah, thanks for putting this in my head, and I'll think about it forever. And yeah, this is just what we do now, apparently.
Apparently.
To change topics to a lighter segue here, I was listening to a podcast called Disgraceland that I'm a fan of. They took a huge hiatus, which, just to chime in again, Dapper Dad's 85 weeks straight, never
stopping.
I'm going to be going, so we're doing 2 episodes in one day, just so there's never a gap. I just want to say maybe your favorite podcast isn't as consistent.
We just want to say that we love you, and we're never going to stop bringing this to you.
Yep, no matter what, unless I get hit by a car dancing at 216s. And
now we can talk some shit.
Yeah, see, that would have been perfect if at the very end, instead of like, this is goodbye, if I was like, now we can talk some I feel like if people donated more money to the Patreon, we'll film this one day.
Yeah, we'll make a skit out of it.
I would love to die in like a skit or a movie or something. Not real life. I'll die in all the other ways. But yeah, so I'm listening to Disgraceland because they took a big old break. And it's basically a podcast about like rock stars that have died or done crazy things. They've covered Gigi Allen, covered Mayhem, covered Rick James, and all the other shit. So their new one coming back was a 2-parter, and the second part isn't out yet, about Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, which I hate both of them, to be completely honest, and I don't care. But I was like, I'm going to check it out because they've been on a break, see if they stepped up the podcast. And it's all the things I've heard, except he brushes over it, and I tried to fact check it and I couldn't find it, but I'm not going to do a bunch of Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love research. But allegedly, from what he said, and it's usually all the stories he tells are very accurate, so I believe it. After their like infamous SNL performance, Nirvana, and they broke all their shit, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love went back to the hotel room that they were in, and he was doing heroin, and he did a bunch of heroin, and he fell asleep on the bed, and then in the middle of the night he fell onto the ground, and he was ODing. Courtney woke up a little bit after and realized he was on the floor, so she springs up, realizes that he's ODing, and what would you do in this scenario? If someone was like, if you're trying to, they don't have
Save
to
their
OD,
life.
just like, yeah, if someone's like blacked out, you're trying to get someone to wake up.
If I'm personally trying to get someone to wake up, start shaking them, maybe slap them in the face, ice cold water.
Yeah, I thought ice cold water right away. So the way the guy presents it is that she found the bucket that had like the empty champagne in it, and she grabbed out some ice cubes. So I'm like, of course she'll throw some water on his face. That's the go-to. She fished out some ice cubes and stuck them up his asshole. And
did he wake up?
When that did not work, she fetched his leather jacket and took one of his pins off of it and started poking his balls with the pins to wake him up. And then she threw water on his face. And then he woke up. Isn't that's absolutely insane? And that's your go-to? That's the order?
Okay.
Ice cubes in the asshole, ball torture.
How about
water in the face?
How about ice water in the face?
Mm-hmm.
Then the ice cubes from the residual water throwing.
Still in the face or in the ass?
Ice cubes in the ass, if we're taking the things that actually happened. And then when the water and the ice don't work, ball pin is a last resort.
I don't even think my brain would go to either of those things.
I wouldn't think to poke anyone in the balls.
I mean, balls over ass, it seems like it would be difficult. So you got to flip him over, or maybe he's on his stomach.
Spread his ass cheeks.
Pull his pants down, spread his ass cheeks, and shove an ice cube into his asshole.
How big of an ice cube?
They said that they were melted, so
how
it would
slick.
It's probably pretty slick. I mean, you could probably do it easily, but I don't think
woke up
prior
with
to this
an ice cold ass and painful bleeding balls.
Yeah, you think a normal waking up for an OD is bad.
Took heroin, woke up, ice cold ass.
And you can...
Full of water.
Yeah, it's just leaking.
Is this the blood honey. From my balls or the water from my ass?
No, honey, I tried to wake... Because I would be like... I would seriously have to reevaluate my relationship if the woman I was with shoved ice cubes in my ass and then poked my balls to wake me up.
Instant breakup.
Like,
Instant breakup.
Honey. And like now,
I don't care what we got together. I don't care how many bills are in our names. We're breaking up.
Yeah, could you imagine? Hey, what happened to you and Courtney?
Oh, I was doing some recreational heroin, as I am known to do once a month in private.
For stomach pain.
And I took a wee bit too much, as I'm known to do from time to time, and had trouble waking up from my deep sleep. And she... man, I don't even know another way to tell it to you. She put ice cubes in my ass from the champagne bottle, and then when that didn't work, she turned my balls into a pincushion.
Yeah, and that's what's funny.
She did a way.
So she's single now, is what you're telling me.
Ball torture, you say?
Ice cubes in the ass. My
You
stupid old
say.
bitch of a girlfriend won't do that to me, no matter how much I ask.
Beg for it.
Yeah, I've got a cup of ice. I've got my ass just up in the air on the bed. I'm motioning back and forth. She won't take the fucking hint. I don't know how to bring it up
I have
to
that
her.
tattoo on my ass that says ice in here
Yeah.
with a big arrow
I've got that tramp
that
stamp
leads
that's
right up to my anus.
I've got that tramp stamp that says ice machine. Which is good both ways.
I kind of like it.
Someone get that tattooed on them. We'll give you a shirt.
We'll give you one shirt of your choice.
And it's not going to be in your size because we got to make sure it's small so that tramp stamp
Damn
peeks
shows.
out. Does your lower back say ice machine? Yeah, it's not what you think. I like ice in my ass. Oh, okay. It's also the shit. Oh, all right. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Because I'm
The other
cold as
thing's-
ice.
The other thing's weird, baby. But like, there's the whole like conspiracy. Did she kill him? Did she not kill him?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck anymore. At one point, to wake him up, she put ice cubes in his ass.
That means she was just
and
doing
then-
weird shit with him in general.
Yeah. So I don't believe she killed him at this point. It would have been more creative than just blowing his head off.
At that
Would've
point, I
been-
would have blown.
Did
If I woke
need
up
the-
from that, I would have blown my own brains out.
I need the forensics from the day he actually killed
What
himself.
were his balls like?
Yeah. Was there ice in his ass? And the autopsy says weird leakage from anus.
It's
Let's
all
just
there.
Yeah.
We're the guys that crack the case.
Balls are real manipulated.
Manipulated?
Yeah.
Not mutilated?
That's what I think I wanted, but I'm going to double down on
Manipulated's better,
manipulated. Yeah. She really like fucked with
She
him over time.
manipulated the balls in a series of events.
That's what they call it when it spins.
Baby.
Woke up with ice in my asshole,
So,
baby. I love you. I'm glad we have this kid together that's never going to have a normal life.
Baby.
Baby, where's the whole song about shoving ice in an ass and poking some balls?
Is that what Rape Me was about?
You know what? We're going to have to check the timestamps on those because that seems a lot like what that might be about.
Could add up.
You listen to it closer, it's like, ice in my asshole. You're like, oh yeah, that didn't make sense before, but now everything's coming together.
I'm so happy. I got ice inside my ass, and it's not you. I'm so confused, 'cause my balls look like a strawberry.
Oh, yeah. And the best part about that is I'm listening to the podcast and the guy's got like a good podcasting voice. And he like, really paints a picture.
Yeah.
He's like Leonard with the words. And he's like, she fetched the ice bucket that contained the empty bottle of champagne and found some of the ice cubes that were left floating and shoved them inside of his asshole. And when that didn't work, and I was like, what? And so I hit the 15 seconds back. I listened real close, and and she shoved the ice cubes in his asshole, and that didn't work. And I was like, what else could he be
Yeah,
saying?
let me turn this
That
up a
could
little
be-
bit.
So then I listened, and then he's like, and then she fished for his leather jacket, and he even says what pin it was. And he took the violator's pin and proceeded to stab his testicles with it. And I was like, okay, I guess I didn't hear that first part wrong, because if she's doing that, definitely probably
She's
put
definitely
ice in
doing
the ass.
ice in his
Really
ass.
focusing on that middle section there. So just Indian burning his dick, like whatever it takes.
Oh,
And if she did it right, it's permanent.
oh yeah.
He died with an Indian burnt dick.
See,
I don't
that
know if
comes up
that's
on the
PC.
autopsy. No,
Is
that's
Indian
not
burn
PC.
PC?
No,
No.
no, it's not.
Sorry,
Native
guys.
American burn.
That-
Indigenous people burn.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Native American burn sounds even worse. Somehow.
No, it's more correct.
It's more correct, but it sounds more offensive.
Can
you know how
can
sometimes
we say Puerto Rican?
I don't think we should.
Hmm.
Yeah, and indigenous people burn.
Insidious people burn.
Yeah, Insidious people, that's the type of woman that'll put a ice cube in your head. She gets confused and puts ice on his balls and pins in his ass.
I don't know
one's
what's worse.
I know, your face seemed like that's worse. I don't know.
Pins in the, because I feel like the pins have to
know.
be, because the pin could just be inserted just right into your asshole where it doesn't
perfectly,
stab anything.
like we all hope. You know what I mean?
Hope.
Best case
But
scenario.
if you're passed out on heroin and you got Courtney Love doing it, I don't know how reliable it is.
Yeah, and it's also got to be, I'm thinking like 1-inch buttons.
Just like a regular.
Where you got to really crank that pin back.
Yeah.
So going into
Did
an
it go
asshole,
all the way into the ball?
I don't know. Like I'll do more research to try to find the source.
Please.
Because I'm guessing it
I've
has
got
to be
questions.
because the podcast website, he always cites all of his sources. I'm guessing it would either be in like the book she wrote or the journals that he that were put out after he died.
Yeah.
And if it's in his journals,
That's fucked.
in his handwriting, I'm gonna make that into a shirt.
Please.
I of course.
Cabin shirt?
I OD'd and I woke up with Courtney shoving ice in my ass and pins in my balls. And then the water on my face, which worked, which made me wonder why she didn't try it initially. I love her dearly. I just hate corporations.
Time for more heroin. My tummy hurts.
My stomach
hurts. It's like,
oh my God. There's so many. Now I like him a lot. He went through all that. He said stummy.
Anybody that says stummy is my kind of guy.
Yeah, it is always crazy that he like basically died because he did heroin because no one could like identify what was fucked up with his stomach.
Well,
which they say is like ulcers.
What I heard it was back pain too, but like back pain was a big part of it.
Really?
And he was ambidextrous, and so he decided to play guitar left-handed because it was harder to learn that way. Mm-hmm. But in doing so, the way he held his guitar fucked his back up because the way he had to crank his back when he would play, and that's what led to the heroin.
Well, I've read before, and in that podcast, they said it was mainly the stomach thing because they said he had like what seemed like IBS, and then what seemed like ulcers, and what seemed like another thing, and he would get like such bad anxiety like before they perform shows and stuff. And they told him just drink milk, was what all the doctors told him. So he would constantly drink strawberry Nesquik. And that, like, so he's always seen with that, and that's the only, until he found heroin. Then he's like, this helps a lot. Yeah. And then that's why we've said it before, strong anti-heroin stance. Very strong. If not for how fucking stupid it is, how many people die from it, all the fake shit, all your loved ones and friends that'll miss you when you die. Also, someone might put ass in your ice, which is disgusting. Might put ice in your ass, which is, I don't know which one's worse. And then pins in your balls. And then balls in your pins, I'm guessing. And then they might throw water on your face.
Maybe.
And I don't think she was fucked up at all. Again, we're going to have to do more
she's a fucked up person.
Yeah, she's an insane person. But, I mean, after going through all that, who's going to be the same? True. If you put ice in someone's ass, you would never be the same.
No. So, if you got ice in your ass, you're never the same.
Yeah, because you like it. And then
maybe
everything changes now, and you're like... It's like when you're like get a blowjob after like from a cold mouth.
Yeah, or a tongue
from
ring.
a cold mouth. Whoever it is, we're gender fluid. We're PC.
We like anything.
We get a cold mouth, mouth to mouth. Yeah, put ice in your ass. Don't do heroin. Leonard, please stop fantasizing about our deaths.
Please.
Does that put a nice bow on everything?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's record another episode in a few hours.
See you later.
Welcome back, drunk, baby.